This video is an attic cleanout brought to you by American Animal Control. This was done in the Fort Wayne, Indiana area. The customer has a remodeled schoolhouse. The video you see on the right side of the screen is provided by the homeowner. The bats you see coming out are approximately 35 over the course of this time. When the homeowner was recording these, she counted up to 500 bats leaving the attic. A crew of 8 men spent a Saturday morning cleaning out the attic. As you can see in the video, the ceilings had to be removed for the angled parts of the roof. There was a lot of guano and odor in the attic, so all of the contaminated insulation was removed, either by removing drywall or on the flat part, and access was cut, and the bats were, the guano and contaminated insulation was removed. In previous months, technicians bat-proofed the home and installed the one-way door that you see in the video on the right. Once all bats were confirmed to have been removed and sealed out through that one-way door, it was removed and the last entrance was closed up. The customers were able to work with their insurance to provide funding for removal of the contamination. This is a common thing for American Animal Control. We work with your insurance company to do the remediation of a contaminated attic, be it from bats, mice, squirrels, raccoons. There are many different types of animals that will just destroy an attic. It took approximately 5 hours of cleanup time to clean this attic in particular, after which time a protective antimicrobial, antibacterial substance was applied, and all of the surfaces were cleaned. In this portion of the video, the technicians are using a 6-inch hose attached to an industrial vacuum to remove contaminated insulation and guano from wall cavities, as well as the top portion of the attic surface. Along the eaves and soffits of this home, there were many of the bats were contained in that area, and there's spray foam insulation in the walls and fiberglass bat insulation in the attic. The joint where those two planes meet was the bulk of the bat infestation. So portions of the crawl space that you can see through the little access holes were opened up, and all of the contaminated surfaces were decontaminated, and we did our best to do all of the cleanup so that the homeowners had the minimum of impact on their daily lives. At a later time, a construction company is coming out to refinish the old attic space. As you can see in this video, the attic had decent access through a few skylights where we were able to run hoses so as not to disturb the inside of the home as much as possible. Careful consideration was taken at the beginning stages to tape off and mask uh, walls and surfaces to prevent contamination as much as possible. Right now, Eric is cleaning up drywall dust and just doing a final cleanup prior to our leaving. On the other side, in the crawl space, Tim is continuing the cleanup in the vertical walls, which we had determined had further contamination. So, on one side of the home, the job is mostly finished, and then on this side, there is further work yet to be done. We took careful consideration in all of the areas to make sure that contaminated insulation was removed. We try to treat any homeowner's property as if it were our own, and in so doing, we get better results and we're able to provide the customer with the best service possible. As you can see, the surfaces are fairly clean and there is no guano or contaminated insulation remaining in the previously terrible areas, and the masked areas and tarps, everything that we brought in is cleaned up and swept up. Try to get everything back as good as possible when doing an attic clean out so that the homeowner can feel at ease knowing that the problem has been resolved. On behalf of American Animal Control, I just want to thank you for watching this video.